All right, so good morning and welcome. Good morning, welcome. One of the things I noticed is that when folks were doing the here's what it was like afterward, they were having a hard time saying the name, right? So this is no smoke up your ass. There are some of you who will struggle with using the word ass, and that's okay. So you can just refer to this as no smoke. I was at no smoke this morning. We went to no smoke today, right? And then they can gather their own images after that. So if you can't say the name, and the reason we did that was wanted to do something that was a little catchy, a little edgy, a little in the face that might insult or violate some people's sensibilities, and that's not for them, right? And sometimes when the sensibilities are violated, sometimes that is a wonderful opportunity to take a look at what is it that I'm allowing to get in the way of me doing something where I'll attach some kind of judgment or something to it to give me an excuse to not do it. Yes. So some of the reasons why some of you are here today is because, one, you were here last week and or last month and went, I think I'll come again. There was some value in that. Had someone who was here before said, you got to get here. It's something he's going to say that you might need. And you might have even just gotten to be part of the campaign out there because visibility is being increased, and you might have went, hey, I think I'll come on there because they keep sending me this stuff. Let me find out what the heck this is about. So my name is Robb Braun. My company is The Leadership Source, and I am real committed, completely committed to helping businesses develop, thrive, and succeed. Started doing this a few months ago, and it really is a way to be able to help businesses come together, get some tips, help them alleviate some pains that they might not even be aware that they're experiencing. Do we have some high pain thresholds as business owners? Super high, right? Because only the courageous, really the courageous, go into business for themselves. And there's a pain threshold that we can withstand a lot. And we are oftentimes in a lot of undue stress and undue pain that's not necessary, but we're our own worst enemies. It's our own doing, all right? So every month what I'm going to be doing is there's going to be a theme. It's kind of a word theme out there. So it was an action word. This week or this month is express ourselves. What we're always going to be doing is I'm going to be bringing business tips, legitimate, solid things that I believe, need to do as business owners to take a look at where it is you might be undoing your forward movement. And that's what we're really looking for in business, is forward movement. Why do we go into business for ourselves? Why the heck did any of you go into business for yourself? Why did you do that?
Enjoy your own life.
Okay, enjoy your own life. Most business owners I know do not enjoy life. I'm just letting you know that. So I hear that's why we get into business, to enjoy our own life, and a lot of them aren't able to taste that and feel that and experience that. Beautiful, but that's why we go into business. We want to enjoy our life, right? Why else do we go into business?
Freedom of schedule.
Okay, freedom of schedule. I haven't met too many small business owners that are experiencing any kind of freedom, let alone freedom of schedule. That's good, though, because that is why we go into business. We want to be in charge of our own schedule. We want to be able to, I know you have children, we want to be able to, like what I did yesterday, my son graduated middle school. He finished graduation at 10 o'clock. I swooped him up and just took him off for the day. We went to the beach and the evening ended up with going out for sushi last night. Because I'm in business for myself, because I do have some freedom in schedule, I'm able to do that, because that's what's important. If I was stuck at Paradise Chevrolet, which is a possibility sometimes, may not have been able to have that day, right? May not have been. All right. So freedom of schedule, because we want to enjoy our lives, feel happy, enjoy. Why else do we go into business for ourselves?
Make money.
Okay, good. We might get to that one. We'll get to that one. Lee, what else?
For me, it was mostly because after I got to the Marine Corps and I was going to school and trying to find a job, and I noticed this was around 2008, and a lot of my friends did the right things. They went to college and everything they were supposed to do. They're getting laid off and
did all the right things. I like hearing that.
Yeah. So I was like, well, I'd rather have it. If I'm going to fail, or I want it to be in my own hands versus me going to work and saying, hey, you know what, it takes for 20 years, but here's a watch or whatever it is. See you later.
Yeah.
It's not about the time you put in to working there, it's the time you missed away from your family and everything else.
You bet.
Sacrifices.
And sacrifices, and that thing you said, doing the right thing, there was supposed to be some kind of unwritten guarantee that said if I do it this way, go to school, get an education, get certified and qualified, find a great company, I'm good. And it just ain't happening. It's not happening. So people are choosing to be able to go into business. So make money. Anybody go into business to make money? I hope so. I hope so. Right. Those other things are great. Having our own schedule, enjoying our life, because there's no guarantees, if you will, some power over my own future, right? And making money. And why are we in business to make money? Because you all said the same answers. Have some control of my life, freedom of schedule, enjoy my life. And if we're not making money, what's happened is we're missing all that stuff right there. Right? And when I'm saying making money, what I mean is getting to a point where we're not just living month to month, where we're living on, if I can just get that next client, I'll be good. Anyone ever been that one before? If I can just get that one next big client, we'll be good? Yes, yes. It's the 15th, and I know I need to make another 2,000 before the end of the month. If I can just land one more, we'll be good for, what month is next? July, right? We've all been there as business owners. And that's not why we got into business. We didn't need to get business for that, because when that happens, our schedule starts becoming less free. And when that happens, we are in less control of our destinies. When that happens, we are not enjoying our lives. When that happens, we're not making money. Because what's happening is we're losing sight of what it is we're there to be able to do, and what we're doing is we're in reactive mode. Right? We're just trying to do whatever we can do to get that next client. And what did we talk about last month? Lee, you were here. What was one of the things we talked about around our customers? I'm going to draw those circles again. What do we want to make sure when we're talking about our customers and our clients? Who do we want to be working with? Remember that one? All right. How about that marketing dynamic duo over there? You remember that?
Our awesome customers.
Our awesome customers. You bet. We only want to be working with, we'll just call them awesome, right? Awesome clients. In Jennifer, in your business, are there some awesome clients that you enjoy working with? Mm-hmm. Are there less awesome clients that you don't enjoy working with? Yes. We want to get to a place where we're only working with awesome clients. Now, if our criteria for awesome clients is a certain level, and we're at the 15th, and we're trying to do whatever we can do to make that other $2,000 by the end of the month, are we always going to say only yes to awesome clients, or are we going to say yes to some other folks too? You betcha. In fact, what we will do, we will even go to that place, the basement where we keep them, or the dungeon, or the ditch with all the sludge. We'll actually go in that ditch and muck through that sludge to clean them off and see if we can't get them to come on board. Even though we know that they're probably not going to pay, we know they're going to be a one-time and out, we know they're going to be demanding, overly demanding, not be a good client, but we'll take them because we need to make that $2,000 no matter what. Have we done that before? Yes. And that makes business not fun. That makes business not making money. Oh, there the culprit is. And what ends up happening is we're giving ourselves away, we're giving up our freedom, right? Because this is a person that it causes me, or if it's not the awesome one, they're the person that's causing me to spend 5 times more time with them because they won't push send, or they won't fill out their form, or they won't comply, or whatever it is. They're just a lot of damn work. And I'm not only working with awesome clients. So what we've got to do is we've got to figure out for ourselves, from a place of expression, what it is that we are absolutely best at. That was a little bit of review from last month. We said that the things we want to make sure to do is only work with the most awesome clients, create systems, systematize our business. And by the way, why do we want to systematize our business? What's the value of doing that?
Getting organized, freeing up time.
Okay, so I'm getting organized, and anyone can do it, so it's duplicatable. You bet. You got into business for freedom. You got into a business to enjoy your life and make more money, right? And to be able to control your own destiny. If I'm the only one working in my business because I'm not organized and I have no systems in place, I don't have any of that. So I create systems. I systematize my business wherever I can so that I can teach others, so I can make myself duplicatable, so I can be working in the areas I need to be working on. And that's what we're going to talk about this morning. So this was systems right here. We find a pen that actually works. Beautiful, okay? We want to systematize our business here. Work with only awesome clients. In this area right here, we called our AOI, Area of Innovation. Area of Innovation. And we're going to expand on that this morning. Now our Area of Innovation, and by the way, does anyone remember what we call this spot right here? Kaylin, you or Lee remember that? What we call this baby right here?
No, I don't.
Starts with an S, you got it.
Synchronicity?
Any golfers in here? Baseball players?
Sweet spot?
Sweet spot.
I wasn't even here.
Wow. That's right. That's our sweet spot, right? It's that, for those of you that golf, it's that when you hit that ball just right and there's no vibrations, just something happens, there's a sound and a feel, and you know you've hit the sweet spot, right? And it actually goes straight. This right here is the place we want to be operating at when we're working with only awesome clients. We're able to systematize our business so that we can duplicate ourselves and sustain our business, because our goal in our business is to be able to take a 4-week vacation every year, right? And have the business still operate and still run without us, okay? So area of innovation, and the area of innovation, now I'm going to pick this one apart. We decided there was 3 primary areas, that one of 3 that we need to focus on in our business. That it was either quality, convenience, or price. Quality, convenience, or price. And for the sake of the folks who weren't here last week, or for anyone, when we think about a quality company, what's a company out there that clearly is all about quality, their area of innovation? What's a company that's about quality?
Apple.
Apple, beautiful. Did anyone ever see Apple sale? No. Never. There's never an Apple sale. No, they don't put their stuff on sale. They're about quality. And by the way, they're not just about quality of their stuff. What are they also about? Quality of what? Service, quality of life, quality of experience. There's a great TED Talk out there that and uses Apple as the example. They were the innovators in, if you will, creating what they called an experiential campaign. In other words, they said, this is how we can make your life more fun, more exciting, more convenient, more everything. And oh, by the way, we happen to sell laptops and phones. And it was beautiful, because people don't stand in line at whatever time they do for the next iPhone that comes out. They don't do it because it's the greatest phone on the planet. They do it so they can say, I got the first one. I was there.
I'm like,
I was
why?
there.
That's why I would stand in
Yeah,
line.
and the rest of the people show up next, a week later, get the same damn phone, but they weren't there. They weren't there, right? It's this experience. So they're about quality. How about a company out there that's all about convenience? All about convenience. Quickly, right away.
Walmart.
AM, PM.
AM PM would be a little more convenient. Walmart is not necessarily convenient, especially if you're wanting to do anything in the automotive department, because that's all the way down there, right? Not necessarily convenient, right? But we'll get to what their area of innovation is. So we talk about AM PM. They are about in and out. In and out, you can get a dog and a hamburger and a cup of coffee and a full tank of gas, and you're on your way, right? McDonald's, same thing. I mean, their whole thing is about late the time in queue, right? That's their whole thing. Just pump people out, pump them out, right? And they don't try to compete in any other way. They are all about convenience. And every once in a while, they'll say you can get 2 dogs for $1.29 if that's your thing. I still can't imagine eating an AM PM hot dog. Cannot. However.
Microwave burritos.
Yeah, right. Whatever they are, right? But there's a mass of people that are all about that, because I can get all this on my way to the site, right? So they're clearly about convenience, right? Now, when we take a look at a company out there that's about price. All about price, right? That's their whole thing. They're the low price leader. All their advertising, everything is about price. They never mix in there, and oh, by the way, we sell the highest quality flat screen TVs imaginable. No, they could care less. Which one's maybe down? All right. They could care less. That's not who they're trying to attract. They're trying to attract people that price is what it's all about. And you talked about 2008, right? That time when everything was starting to get tough for all of us. How many people actually, well, I'm gonna make some ownership right here. I would never have gone to Walmart before. But then I learned that you can buy all the stuff I buy elsewhere at a much more discounted price. I became a Walmart fan. I go there once a week, right?
It's hard
I'm-
to avoid it.
It's about
Honestly.
saving money.
Yeah.
It's about saving money. So I got in line with everybody else. You bet.
Just as an example,
Yeah.
my daughter needed some mascara, and I was like, I am not going to Walmart to buy you mascara. And so I said, but, because we're going to Albertsons, so if they have some that's on sale, then you can, whatever. And so we looked at her brand, and she's not going to get any other brand.
Of course.
Her brand, $11.47 at Albertsons, not on sale. Walmart, she went with her dad that night, $7.47.
You bet. We all knew she was going to Walmart, didn't we? Yeah, that's how the story was gonna end.
$4 difference.
I got it. You bet.
It's insane.
You bet. You bet. And by the way, my wife has learned how also to buy some of her stuff at Walmart as well, which I so appreciate. Because the other day, she actually went to Macy's, and apparently and I get that once you find something that works, you stay with it, right? Okay. So she's got this skin cream that works real well, and she tried a different version of it and was going to take it back. And I go, well, is it that big a deal? She says, $115 is a big deal.
Yeah.
And I really just went, holy shit. For ice cream? Yep. So we've learned to do Walmart as well. So the idea is, and there are area of innovations, we know what they are. We know what they are. We know that we're not looking for a sale on an Apple computer. We're not even going to be looking for a sale on a Mercedes-Benz, right? We're going there not because of what it costs, because of what it brings us in quality, right? Period. We go to Costco because we want to be able to save some money. We can buy them bulk right there. We certainly don't go there for convenience. You ever try to go there and just get a couple items? No, it doesn't make sense. And they know that too. I'm here, I might as well stock up if all I need is an item or two. Because it is about cost savings, right? It's not convenient, right? So now think about your businesses. What happens for all of us in business, especially when we're by ourselves, what we try to do is we try to compete sometimes on more than one level because we're trying to grow our business. We're trying to grow our business. And what will happen is, because we're small businesses, there is no way we can compete on more than one area of innovation. We cannot. We had a graphic designer in here last week, and what he was sharing was that what he likes to do is logos. He's really good at that. And what would end up happening, and we've all done this, he knows that there's a certain amount of quality of work that goes in, it takes a certain amount of time to create and design and build the ideal perfect logo for a business. If he had someone come in and say, can you do that more quickly? He'd go, yes, I can. And of course, what happens when we try to do something real quality more conveniently? What happens to it?
It goes down.
It decreases in quality. It's an automatic byproduct of trying to create something in a lesser amount of time. Or you'd have people say, I can't afford to pay the $5,000, but all I've got is $19.95. And he'd go, yes. And what would normally take him the amount of time to build something worth $5,000, he'd spend that same amount of time and only get paid $19.95 on his time and work. And what happens is, when we do that, we're running ourselves right out of business. In time, we will. We cannot make it. We have got to identify and decide what our area of innovation is and stick with it. Now, one of the most difficult things for a business owner to do, well, I'll just ask you, what's the most difficult thing for a business owner to do with a potential customer? And that is say what?
No.
No. Why is that so hard for us to say no? And let's just put that out here. Why do we struggle to say no to a customer? Turning down possibility of, and we just fill in the blank. More business, more money, return business, the possibility, right? Why else are we afraid to say no?
You need that $2,000 by
Because that's all I can think about is that $2,000 by the end of the month to be able to meet my debt, right? Because we got this tunnel vision, right? And we're afraid if we say no to it, what are we afraid is going to happen? Ultimately, what are we afraid? That we're not going to make it, that there's not going to be another customer right behind them. We are so afraid there's not going to be another one. It's like when we were all younger and insecure, and we were dating someone that treated us like crap, but we stayed with them because we were never sure if there was going to be another one behind them. So we stayed. Unfortunately, some of us never grow out of that, right? And we're adults in relationships where we're just not happy, but we stay in because there may not be something else behind them, and we stay. You all probably know someone like that, right? So, that's what happens for us in business also, is we say yes when we really need to be saying no. Because it's outside our area of innovation. It's outside of that. Now I want to take it a step further. I heard a great interview. In fact, Charles and I were talking about this when I was walking in. Darren Hardy. I didn't know a lot about him, but I know he's the publisher of Success Magazine. And he gets to sit down and learn from and talk with the most successful men and women on the planet, which is very cool. We all know about our circles of influence. Well, he gets to sit there and hang out with these people, right? And one of the big lessons that he was sharing in this one particular presentation was all about you saying the word no. Saying no to something that didn't fit with our area of innovation. And beyond that, within our area of innovation, so let's say we're disciplined enough and we say, here's what I bring. Now, as a just kind of a cursory place right here, I'd like to hear from all of you right now. If you were able to, right this moment, identify which one of those three would be your area of innovation for your business, what would it be? Quality, convenience, or price? What would you say on your, Jennifer?
In property management or convenient.
Okay, convenience, beautiful.
I'll say quality.
Quality, good.
Quality.
Quality, okay?
Convenience.
Convenience. Oh, good, good. And this is important because when we know there's a struggle right there, what ends up happening is we'll end up playing in all three of those little places. Whatever happens to work right now when we don't know what our area of innovation is. And sometimes, not unlike with goals, sometimes we don't actually even want to find out because once we decide, then we know that if we violate that, then we feel that dose of pain. It's like, ow, I went against my principles today. I went against my area of innovation today.
I want to say, what is it, price, convenience?
Or quality. And by the way, you're not locked in.
I want to say quality, and because I'm trying to, I don't know if I'm looking at our product or if I'm looking at our company.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a quality product. But we're talking about the business because the product is not your business.
Quality. I
Okay.
still say quality.
Okay, good, good. No wrong answer right here. And this is an important thing, Caitlin, and that is to get real clear about that.
Yeah.
Because the next piece right here is impossible for us to be able to get to if we don't know fully where we're operating from as far as our area of innovation. Okay? All right, so we'll say quality for right now. Rick, how about yours?
I kind of like the same place she is. I would say convenience.
Okay, good. And Charles?
We've actually taken, we read the book and have taken a deep dive on this, and it's, for us, it's intentionally quality to the exclusion and sometimes scary point of eliminating others.
Yeah, okay, got it. And that's the important thing. And by the way, what happens is when we get clear on what our area of innovation is, we then have to start screening these clients and customers out from that place of our area of innovation. And that's where we end up starting to have to say no. Now, why would we want to say no to a client that is not looking for our area of innovation? Why would we want to say no?
And you're gonna be chasing yourself to satisfy them.
Okay, so we're not chasing ourselves, so we're not expending our energy, and we're not getting return on investment of time and energy, right? What was that one?
They're not
Jennifer?
gonna be satisfied with our services.
Okay, they're not gonna be satisfied because they're looking for something different than what we specialize in. What's another reason?
Well, here's what we found, and this is, like I said, we went through this in
Good.
depth. It's almost looking back, if we weren't focused on who our awesome clients were and quality we wanted to provide, we were trying to be someone other than we are, and we were attracting people to that, not to what our most efficient, best work environment is.
Right, I dig. And that's exactly what we want to do. Because one, if we do start dredging people up, that's what we're actually, we put an open sign, an invitation sign to all you other idiots that I actually don't want to be doing business with. Idiot, knucklehead, those are terms of endearment, okay? We'll attract all the other knuckleheads. So they go, they're all going to Charles, let's go there. Because we heard that Charles lets them drag along and not pay and not follow through, and that's us. We like being that. So what we want to do is we want to say no to those so that we can start attracting these folks right here. Because if we know clearly that ours is about convenience, right? Our property is about convenience. We want to attract the customers that convenience is their priority. That's what they're looking for, is a company that can provide in the area they're looking for. If they're looking for a low price, you're not the one, and you don't want them coming to your door. And you don't want to attract the line of folks right behind them that just don't want to pay for a quality service, right? So we want to always be attracting our awesome clients. So we need to say no to make space and room for. And if you don't believe the law of attraction really exists, whether you believe it or not, it's a law, right? Like gravity. I toss something, it falls, it's operating, whether you believe it is or not. You could say, well, yeah, it was just coincidental, right? Same thing happens when we're talking about our intention. We attract clients that we say yes to. And that's what we're going to say yes to more and more, are those clients that are all on board with exactly what it is that we have to offer. So we want to attract awesome clients, only those. And the better we get at saying no to those knuckleheads, the less awesome clients. And by the way, are there people out there who offer a service like yours that are all about price? You bet. Let's shoo them on over there. In fact, find out who those competitors are and go, you know what, I'm not the person for you. Here's where you want to go here. These folks specialize in giving the lowest price possible. That's what they do. So we want to make sure they go over there. By the way, that's a good thing, because what are we also creating right there? What are we creating right there?
Value. Everything there's all.
Definitely value, because I've helped them to solve a problem. I didn't say no, I said just not me. But here's a place where they'll say yes to. What am I creating with another competitor out there? A good business rep. I'm shooing business their direction. And I say, hey, by the way, when you run into folks that are not about price, but they're really about the convenience that you're not able to offer them because your properties are out in India or something like that, right? Send them my way. Would love to have the business, right? Here's what we specialize in. Okay. So we got to get clear what our area of innovation is. And then we need to take it a step further. This gets the piece about our expression of ourselves. We got into business for ourselves so that we could fully express ourselves. Because when we're working for the man or the woman, we don't get to do that. We don't get to create our own schedule. We don't get to create a life that we enjoy. We don't get to be able to make the kind of money that we intended on making. And by the way, the money that we made for business, when you look outside the money, why do you want to have a successful business? Outside the money, who's that going to serve? Who's that going to serve in your life, Lee?
Outside the money?
Outside the money in the business, who gets served by you going and succeeding in business?
My family?
Yeah. And then whatever that is, whether it's the home, the place you want to live, education for your children, whatever that is. They're the benefactors of us going into business. That's why we did it. We didn't do it to work long hours. We didn't do it to be slaves to something we can't leave because we didn't systematize it and no one else can do what we can do. And by the way, how many of you do something that no one can do as good as you? Yeah, you all got something. That's what we're going to get to right now. Every one of you has something that you do that no one else can do like you. I know that's true for me. There's ways I do systematize my business, and there are things that I do that no one can do. That's my, go beyond the sweet spot. That's that, if you will, that unique offering. That's what I bring that nobody else can. So when I stop competing in all three areas of innovation, I identify that one area that I need to lock down and go, I'm about convenience, I'm about quality, I'm about price. Then what I've got to do is I've got to identify how then am I different than every other company like mine out there that operates from that same area of innovation. They're also quality. Great. Now what sets me aside? What is my unique offering? And I believe that my unique offering, and I'm saying it all to you, your unique offering is that differentiator. And this is an important one for each of you to spend some time with and identifying what is that I do and I do so well, I am so gifted at, that makes me unique, that is my differentiator, that separates me from what everybody else is doing out there. Now this is something I had to spend some time with myself. Because I have a coach too, by the way, right? So I specialize in helping businesses, and I have my own coach out there that guides me and supports me in my business. And those are one of the things we spent time with, and I wanted to blow past that whole area of innovation, unique, because there's no one like me, right? Yes, and if I cannot communicate that and use my marketing team to help elevate and create that really as a differentiator, I'm just like everybody else. I'm another business coach. Anybody heard of any other business coaches out there? Life coaches, success coaches? There's a bunch of them. In fact, I have a LinkedIn connection. We do a lot of business together right now, but I remember when he was looking for me. Now, he didn't know he's looking for me, but he was looking for me, right? He goes on LinkedIn and he goes searching in Southern California for leadership training companies in Southern California. He was hoping to be able to get 2 or 3. He got about 3,000. 3,000. And he's like, where the hell do I start, right? So now he's looking for differentiators. That's what he's looking for, differentiators, and that's how we came together. So it's important that we identify and know our differentiator, and it's not enough just to say, I'm unique. I look in the mirror every day and go, you know what, there's no one like me. That's a cool thing, that really is very important. And we gotta know what it is so that we can communicate it in our marketing message out there. So we can communicate it in our networking message. When we go to networking meetings, how many of you go to network meetings? You know the business folks? And I'm sure the business folks have met folks that are doing body by body. I bet they have. I bet there's folks that are doing Legal Shield, property management companies, you betcha, right? Selling life insurance. Now yours is a little bit different, and you specialize in getting kids into school, which is cool. Are there other companies doing the same thing there?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, somewhat, you bet. So even with that, yes, I'm a little more specialized, which, by the way, the more you can specialize, the better for you in business. And that's something that also means we have to say no to a lot of stuff and say yes to only this. But when we become that expert, we become that guy or gal, it really separates us. So even within that world right there, it's important to identify what the differentiator is. Other folks doing your business? You betcha, right? So we gotta identify the differentiator. Marketing consultant experts out there? Bunch of them.
Time a dozen.
I get hit by them all the time. I'm always sending Charles links. Do I want to look at this? I'm always doing that. And he's like, and by the way, this is what I do now, because before I used to chase it down the rabbit hole, right? Find out what it is. Now when it shines and sparkles, I send it off to Charles and go, do I want to look at this? Right? And he lets me know right away. Nope, 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 maybe, right? So, but the idea is there's a bunch of them out there. Whatever you're doing, there's a bunch of you out there, right? Now, no one unique like you, and that's the key piece, is you've got to identify for yourself what is unique about you. What is unique about you? So what I want to do right now is, for yourselves, and this is something I want you to continue beyond here. I mean, this is so important that you get clear on this. One, your area of innovation. If you don't know, spend some time with your business partner and to sit down there, and maybe even, not even just your business partner, which I happen to know is your husband, right? But maybe the professionals that provide that product and service, maybe there's ways that collectively you can come together and go, what is it that we specialize in, our area of innovation, that is going to attract these folks right here? Awesome clients, right?
You know, after when I left last week, I was trying to go through and think of all of our clients, and I mean, honestly, we have one problem client who isn't really a problem anymore. We finally were able to get it down to what the problem was, but anyhow, but he wasn't a problem because he wanted something for less, or he wanted, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just one of those odd things that happened. And, but aside from him, all of our clients are awesome.
Good. And that may be true. That may be true. And if I was coaching you, I might ask, and are there some you're trying to protect? And I want you to answer that. I don't want you to answer that right now. Because what can happen sometimes in our needing to survive and make sure our business succeeds, we might have learned how to frame our customers and increase our pain threshold so much that we make them all awesome. Just putting it out there. Because what happens is, that's a truth response. I just love seeing that. We really have to take a look at it. It's the most painful, probably the most scary part of taking a look at our business that it'll ever be. is having to say no and maybe cut some of those folks loose. I know in working with Lynn and Charles, I know that they've shared with me, there's people they've actually just fired. They've had to, and they've come to a realization is what it's costing us in time and energy that we're expending, and we're taking a look at our return on investment of ourselves, it's not worth it. When we take a look at what we're really gaining from this. And if I'm keeping on board clients that are either not paying me on time or not following through because they're not serious, they say I'm serious but I'm really not, and every time I'm having to, like, how come you didn't follow through on this, you're wasting your time and energy. If I keep those, there's a whole line of folks that are dying to have me help them make it in their business that I don't have access to because I'm nurturing the knuckleheads, right? I got to get rid of them so those folks can see me and find me and experience me and go, we're ready. We got money, we got energy, we got time, we know we need you, we want to succeed in business. We got this far, but we can't seem to get past this, can't stand the pain anymore. We're ready to go to work. Just please tell us what to do next. There's a line of them out there, right? Your business, are there a line of folks that will do anything to be able to get what you have to offer? They're dying for it. They just haven't found you yet.
I go for the ones that don't want it.
Well, say that again?
I go for the ones that don't want it. I try pushing them.
Oh, thank you for admitting that. Have we ever done that? I'm going to convince this person they need what I've got.
Yeah.
And then when I finally get them to give me something, then I'm going to work on them every week to stay at their program because they don't want what they want bad enough. I want for them more than they want for them. Yes.
Takes it on as a challenge.
Yes. You need to reframe that one. You don't need any more challenges in your life, right? Not those kind. Not those kind. Now, I think it's wonderful if we want to take on a project, right? We're taking care of our business. Everything's good. We're thriving. The folks that want you, you're opening your doors up to. And every once in a while, we have a project. It's okay to take on a project every once in a while, but we just don't want our business filled with projects. It takes up energy. We only have so much. Only so much. So I want you to spend some time with this, right? With the people in your business, the people that you seek guidance from. And by the way, if you don't have someone that you're seeking guidance for in your business, you need to get someone. We cannot operate, and I know what happens to me, I'm in trouble when I've only got me to have a conversation with every day about my business. I'm in big trouble. I need someone outside of me to give me some perspective. I need to bounce stuff off of. And I don't just have one person, I've really got a team up. Lynn and Charles are a part of that team. I'll say, what do we think about this, and what's this idea right here? I'm thinking about doing this. What are your thoughts on it? I'm not looking for them to tell me what to do. I need another set of eyes and another perspective that's not me. Because what I can tend to do is this part of me that knows what my area of uniqueness is, and then I want to broaden it sometimes. I go, I think I could learn to do that. I think that would be, no, got to get back in here, right? Serious. Because when I start doing this, a lot of my energy is going out, and my awesome clients are not getting all of me. They're not getting the best of me. Because I'm out here playing in other playgrounds that it's not time for me to go into yet. Not yet. Stay focused, right? We have got to have someone or someones around us, right? Our business partners, those that we're in professional business relationships with, coaches, counselors, mentors. If you don't have, I think, Lee, did I tell you folks this week, if you don't have a mentor, get one, find one. And a mentor is someone who is operating at a level that either in life or in business, that's some place that you aspire to be, right? That can offer you some perspective and guidance. None of us gets there. Darren Hardy talks about all the time. These folks didn't get there because they woke up brilliant and knew everything about business. They hung out with successful business people, and that's how they got to where they are. And it's what he talks about for himself, what he learns about himself, how to succeed in life. He gets this opportunity to be around the smartest, most brilliant, most successful businessmen and women around the world. That's how we're going to do it. But we got to seek them out, spend time with them, right? And maybe even invest in ourselves to be able to do that. So what gets sparked up here for y'all? As we got about 10 more minutes right here. What gets sparked up for y'all when you think about your area of innovation and then narrow it even down to your unique offering? What differentiates you from your competition in that area? What gets sparked up?